Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Ah, here we are. This should do the trick. Alright. Actually, okay. So, I'll need to open up a second window for this, of course. Waiting for the preview to begin on my external monitor here. This should do the trick. Alright. Actually, okay, I'm going to raise my mic volume up a little bit. So, alright. Open up a second window for this. Okay, so let me just open up another window real quick. Okay, let me just get this all set up real quick. Ah, here we are. Get the 5th episode up and running. Okay. Hello, everybody. Grant here, and excuse me. Wrong window. My bad. There we go. That should fix it. Hello everybody, Grant here, and I'm just going to need to move this up a little bit and reposition that right there. That should do the trick. Hey everybody, Grant Scarboro here for the second stream of September 2025, where we'll be continuing our marathon of rewatching the old plush series that started it all for me here on YouTube, Grant Scarborough's Webkinz Show, originally known as just the Webkinz Show, and so on. Last week, I went over the basics of how these rewatch live streams will work, and I explained it there. So we're going to just jump right into it now, starting with the 5th episode, and we'll be going from episodes 5 to 10 here. So we'll be starting with the 5th episode, 5 video games you should never bring to life with the digitizer. Let's go in 3, 2, 1.
Hello everybody, my name is Sniffer, and welcome to another episode of The Webkinz Show. Now, you're probably wondering why the digitizer is here, even though it got destroyed in the last episode. Well, that's because this is actually a last episode. Well,
wow,
that's because this is actually a replica of the digitizer made out of Lego pieces. Wait, but wasn't the original digitizer also made out of Lego bricks? Shh, we don't talk about that, okay? Grant was on a limited budget.
I mean, I was, but still, you don't have to talk. God, why did I, like I said before, why did I talk in such a robotic wooden fashion just to try and mask my dialect? Like, that was just so stupid. Because that slowed my delivery of lines down so much. Granted, I originally did these episodes without a script, but still, like, when I said delivery of lines, I meant is delivery of my characters' voices and that kind of stuff. Because if I keep talking like this, I think you get the idea. It's just way too monotone, almost.
Oh, okay. Anywho, something I forgot to mention about the digitizer in the last episode is that this can also be used to bring things from the electronic world back into the real world, such as stuff from TV shows, movies, and video games. And sometimes things don't wind up so well. Why, you might ask? Well, depending on the show, movie, or video game, well, you get the idea as to why. But if you still don't,
get on with it! Yeah, get on with it! I will admit, like, this is really slow-paced. The only reason I'm not, like, speeding up the playback of this is because, this is only, like, 8 minutes long, because, like, the next few episodes are nowhere near as long as the first 4. Except for one that we'll get to shortly. But, excuse me. But, yeah, so, you're probably wondering why it's, like, 5 video games you should, like, why it sounds like some kind of top 5 list or whatever. This episode's meant to be a one-off in the series. Was designed to be a one-off in the series, inspired by a similar thing with Webkinz plush videos, where it's like 5 things you should never let your Webkinz do. And this was my attempt to really bring my own twist to the formula, so to speak, by connecting it to the canon of the show and such. Even if the episode itself wouldn't be only sort of pseudo-canon, like maybe, I don't know, maybe Sniffer's doing this as like he's giving a lecture or something. You could headcanon that or something. I don't know. But, yeah, and I did a lot of repeating of lines here, so that was a sort of annoying. Like, not literally repeating lines, but, like, I used the same wording over and over again, and that got stale. And this, you can see, like, here, this is, like I said, I was on a limited budget. I was in high school when I made this. Like, this background is just a cheap poster board with these dents right here. Probably made by a pencil or something.
That's why I'm here today.
Also, like, white, 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 white. It's just a bunch of white and gray. Like, this is not, like, this is basically, like, not a very vibrant background.
These are 5 video games that you should never bring to life with the digitizer.
And, yeah, like, I was filming a phone back then, I believe, so this here, did I film? No. This was actually the first video. This is actually the first episode of the series I filmed with the camcorder I'm still using to this day. It being a, I got it right here. Hold on. Right here, a Sony Handycam, more specifically, a Sony Handycam HDR CX405 that I got in, like, almost 10 years ago now, in, like, for Christmas of 2015. So, I might, once I get more of a budget for Combafauna, like, as that series goes on after it starts, my plan is to probably eventually retire this camcorder, the one I'm holding right now, and eventually, like, maybe get to something more higher end that's better capturing light and so on. Something I should also mention is that, like, as similarly, the software I have used to edit videos that aren't live streams, to this day, from the start, has been Movavi Video Suite. I've been using that to edit every single non-live stream video since I started making these videos. So, like, the thing is though, part of me is thinking about upgrading, so to speak, to DaVinci Resolve, because unlike Movavi, which requires a yearly subscription, DaVinci Resolve is actually free, so that would actually help with the budget. I would need to do some tinkering around with the software first before I make my final decision. But, yeah. Or at least the base version of DaVinci Resolve is free, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, and I heard, like, if DaVinci Resolve can allow you to do things that Movavi can't, such as mainly, like, you know, like, keyframing, was that the right term? Or, like, you know, or something along those lines. I can't remember the wording, how exactly to word it, but, yeah, let me put this camcorder back in the bag. Alright. Back to this.
I mean, there are more than just 5 video games that you should never bring to life with this device, and there's also movies and TV shows to take into account, but I'm pretty sure that these 5 examples are good enough. So, on to the list. Also, here are the rules. As long as it's a video game, it counts. This includes console games, handheld games, mobile games, and PC games, and even video games that haven't even been released at the time of this upload.
Like, seriously, like, who calls, like, mobile games, like, mobile games, mobile games? Like, almost everybody pronounces it as mobile games.
So now, on to the list. For real this time. Number 1. Splatoon for the Nintendo Wii U.
Da 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 da!
Like, this here is just like a... I still have this to this day. It's like basically a super soaker. It's actually a little, like, not like literally super soaker. It's a little water pistol thing.
Turn on the Splatoon music, please!
Nope.
What? But why?
Okay. Yeah, so that first episode actually got copyright claimed for using Splatoon music, so that's like I had to make a joke out of it right here.
You've got to be kidding me!
And also, like, 10 out of 10, like work in paint.net, or like not even paint.net. I think it was like still Microsoft Paint, but like, yeesh, that is very poorly edited. I could do much better nowadays in like paint.net.
Oh well, let's go! Da 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 da! Da 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 da!
Wait, let's go back here.
Da da da!
Like, look here.
Da 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 da! Spray net! Da 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 da!
Like, look here.
Da da da
Like,
da!
there was almost like half a second
spraying
missing,
everything
or like
with
half
ink.
second delay.
Da 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 da!
And there was me my shadow embarrassingly being right there. And were those... I was about to say ask, are those pumpkins? But I think those are marigolds.
Da 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 da! Da 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 da! Da 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 da!
Hold on, let me get a good frame of this. For those who are wondering, don't worry, this is just water that I mixed in with some food coloring.
Woohoo! Da 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 da! Da 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 da!
I was planning on making this like way more over the top with like water balloons filled with food coloring and that kind of stuff. But I sadly just didn't have the time to do that.
Da 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 da! Da 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 da! Woohoo!
And again, delayed sound effects.
You are under arrest for vandalism.
Aw, man!
Number 2. Paper Mario Color Splash for the Nintendo Wii U.
Oh boy, this is an interesting one because I talked about this before. I talked about this before in my commentary for Teacher Charge. Back around this time, I was in sort of a phase where like I had to agree with like that video game countdown community on a lot of things about how like, oh, Nintendo's the best and they have to be exactly like they were. They can't just be releasing new Super Mario Bros. Every year and so on and so forth. I kind of felt like I was this year. I feel like nowadays I kind of was doing this to a toxic degree.
Why, Nintendo, why? This game, it could have been good, but no.
And the reason is because, like, aside from Color Splash, I actually have not played, and like I have played some of Color Splash and a bit of Mario & Luigi Paper Jam, if you want to count that as like half an entry. But aside from that, I have not actually played any of the other Paper Mario games, which honestly, it kind of makes me feel like a hypocrite now, like making like this kind of joke, because I feel like I should have actually played the game, like at least a few of the Paper Mario games first. So yeah.
You had to have this cheap paint gimmick.
Like this was basically
and
meant
also
to echo
no
like the
original
sentiment
characters,
of the countdown community.
but instead, too many paper toads.
Oh god. Hello, highly grainy PNG graphic. Wow, that looks bad.
Wait! What's this? Wait! Why are all these paper toads blank?
Actually, like this, like right here in this frame here, it's actually kind of ominous in a way. So, I do think that's actual. Like, this is like you could probably like just caption this here, for instance.
What happened? Huh?
I will admit, like, out of context, the idea, well, just watch. Like, out of context, like, you know, like a pink bucket jump scare almost. Or, like, a horror scene with, like, the pink bucket being, like, a horror movie monster almost. That's kind of, like, that there is kind of funny out of context.
But this wasn't what I meant when I said I wanted more original characters! Why?
And again, like, I feel like I dragged, like, even here, like, hold on, let's see here, like, this goes on for, like, over a minute. Like, I feel like this could have been, like, cut in half to, like, half the length.
Wait, cut. What?
Oh,
but
wait a
why?
minute. All right.
Well, at the time that this scene was shot on October 14th, 2016, the game's actually been out for a short while now. Plus, have you even played Paper...
All right, I remember this. I actually forgot. Actually, let me rephrase that. I forgot about this
Mario
part of
Color
the gag
Splash?
until now.
No, not yet. Well, why don't you go play it before actually making your final opinion about it? Okay.
Okay, 2016 me, that bit there was actually based.
Number 3, Team Fortress 2 for the PC and Mac via Steam, as well as the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 via the Orange Box.
You're forgetting that TF2 is also on Linux. In all seriousness, though, like, I never actually played the Orange Box version of TF2, of course. Like, I almost did. Like, I booted it up on the PS3 in the form of the Orange Box, but... like, I could never get into a game because I didn't know how that whole thing worked at the time. But, like, there have been, like, fan community efforts, I believe, to actually get, you know, like, to keep, like, the servers for that or whatever alive. Like, that, like, really archaic version of TF2, in a sense. Like, although what I actually did do was instead I played a lot of Half-Life 2 and Portal 1, I believe, via the Orange Box instead. I actually gave away I actually sold off my old copy of the Orange Box about a year ago. Yeah.
But specifically, the PC and Mac version.
Exactly.
Yo, Heavy, happy birthday!
And here's my attempts to make Webkinz clothes again. Very early attempts to make plush clothing. And yes, that is Scotch tape. It is very sad. Like, the police cap, I reused that for the Scouts to give him the appearance there. You know, like, Heavy's like a big brown bear, because, you know, Russia, brown bear, obviously. I just used the Golden Retriever for Scout because, you know, Golden Retrievers are kind of sporty dogs, you know, like far sports, Scout, baseball, and all that. This is basically half a ham sandwich.
Sandwich, thank you, Scout!
No problem.
Yeah, my Scout impression earlier was absolutely terrible.
Of you comment!
Obviously, this is a soldier, and that's like a measuring cup for the helmet.
Help me capture the nearest point! Well, the nearest point that we haven't already captured anyways.
No!
Today is Heavy's birthday.
Yes, that is an order.
And of course, the head bobbing there was just terribly synced.
Oh, no!
You do, Scout.
Okay, that wasn't the worst. Okay, that wasn't as out of sync.
Hey, what's this? A free sandwich for me? Awesome! I better thank Charge later for making me this
Again, more
sandwich,
monotone.
but for now, time
again,
to
almost
eat!
monotone way of
Nom nom
speaking
nom 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 nom
that really
nom
slows
nom
down the
nom
pace.
Sandwich! Sandwich! Ah! Oh no!
Nom nom nom, huh? Uh-oh...
Originally, like what you would usually expect, like Heavy to bust out one of his miniguns and just mow down, just mow Rex down with like a minigun fire and whatever. But I didn't have like a minigun prop yet at the time because my craft skills weren't up to snuff yet, so to speak.
Little.
And this is basically, I couldn't find like a green screen of like the classic cartoon stars, dizzy stars circling the head, so I had to get the closest thing, and that was this with these laughing emojis. And yes, the chroma key is pretty bad.
Lizard!
And of course, Spot is responsible. I created the mask. Like, you can't see it very well in the terrible lighting, but the mask was like made out of an old sock and such.
Number 4, Candy Crush Saga for Android, iOS, Windows 10, Microsoft Windows, Windows Phone, Linux, Tizen, and Fire OS.
Yes, I literally went out of my way to pretty much research as many versions, as many platforms each game is available on as possible. So yeah, the TF2 being on Linux thing, that fact I missed, that was my bad.
But mainly the Android and iOS versions of the game. So if I just swap these two, like so, and then I swap these two, then that means...
You can see here, like, these are, like, mainly just Lego bricks, some little candies and such. Like, these here are actually bits of silly putty and whatever.
Why won't it move? Sorry, sir, but you're going to have to pay to play a few more turns. Seriously? Yep.
The idea behind the joke here was that, he would be physically unable to actually swap him around in, like, real life, quote-unquote, until he actually paid up for more turns in the game. The game turns into real life. That was the idea behind this joke. Now, looking at this now, I feel like it came out at mixed results.
That's it. I'm done. I'm gonna go play an actual good game like Splatoon. And finally, number 5, Minecraft for the following systems shown here.
Yes, like I said before, I literally went on my way to look up just how many platforms Minecraft was available on, regardless if it was like Java or Bedrock Edition. At least in terms of late 2016. Of course, nowadays it's also on Switch, PS5, and so on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I made probably music a little too loud there. Nope, not dealing with that. Hold on. My channel is not monetized, so can somebody please explain me why the hell I'm getting ads? Ignore that. Still another ad. Alright. Now next up is one that's similar to Five Nights at Communism. Is going to kind of go back into the cringy political jokes thing, but nowhere near as bad. We have episode 6, The Visitor. And don't you just love that horrendously grainy video quality due to the poor lighting?
One sheep.
No, I don't have YouTube Premium. I used to, but then I stopped because I felt like it wasn't...
Meh.
Long story.
2 sheep.
Get it?
3
Counting sheep.
4 sheep.
And not very good PNGs either.
Meh.
5 sheep.
And mic volume that's too loud for the recording.
Meh.
6 sheep.
Meh.
Now to get the covers.
Again, it's hard to see anything because it's so grainy.
Huh? Wait, what was that? What's that?
Yeah, like, from the way this is going, it should... Whatever landed should have, I believe, landed right in the yard. So I believe the trajectory of this is right. Again, I was very new to editing.
Is that an alien spaceship?
And yet, like... What was it? And yet, like, there's no thump sound, or... There's no... Whoom sound to indicate, like, an impact.
I have to tell Sniffer about this. Sniffer! Hey, Sniffer. Hey, Sniffer. Hey, Sniffer.
Draw, go back to sleep. It's 2 in the morning. But Sniffer, a spaceship crashed outside our house. An alien spaceship. There's no such thing, Draw, go back to sleep. But I'm serious.
I think it was around this time where I started to not let the whole dialect thing bother me as much, though this was just the very start of me getting away from that annoying trend.
I saw it with my very own eyes, outside of my bedroom window. Yeah, that's great. Can we please talk about it tomorrow morning? But I really want to see it now. Please, Draw. I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, okay. Good night, Sniffer.
Yeah, good night, Draw.
Okay, Sniffer, it crashed right here. I swear, Draw, this better not be a joke. What's this?
Don't let your kids what's it?
Yeah, I put in that fake out there because the meme was popular at the time, and yeah, simply put, it was, simply put, the meme, the We Are Number One meme was very popular at the time, and I just felt like, yeah, this could actually work pretty well as like a fake out gag. So there you go.
What's this?
And perhaps as some foreshadowing. But for now, we begin. It's almost essentially a series-long arc in a sense. You'll see soon enough as to what I'm referring to.
Wait a minute! I thought it was an alien spaceship, not an actual alien. Wait, this isn't an alien, this is Shrek. But he's a movie character and he's not real. Also, why does he have a jetpack and a spacesuit on?
Sniffer, Sniffer, one of your roommates who is right next to you right now is a giant living pencil. I think you should start expecting wacky things like this from now on.
This makes no sense.
Ugh, my head.
Like, part of me got the idea here from the whole thing part of the idea here was this was an old Shrek Build-A-Bear that I got back when I was like 6, and like when I got it all the way back then, I had to include the Buzz Lightyear costume because why not? And I was just looking for ideas, and this is
What happened?
You crash landed here last night.
Really?
Yep, at least that's what Mr. Pencil here told me. Come with us, we can talk about it more inside. So Shrek, I have a question.
Yeah, what is it, Sniffer?
How did you end up unconscious in my backyard?
Well, what happened was I was in my house in my swamp just relaxing when suddenly I got a knock at my door. When I opened the door, there was a mailman with a package that came from Wall Street, I believe, and it was a working Buzz Lightyear spacesuit and a jetpack, as you can see me wearing right here, and I was having some fun with it when suddenly it malfunctioned. And remember, my swamp is down in Florida now.
That was just meant to... The whole Florida joke there was just meant to be again, because, you know, Everglades, haha, very funny. If I was making a video like this nowadays, I would have had it been, instead set in, like, have Shrek reside in, like, South Carolina as a little reference to how, like, much of, the influence for the backgrounds within the first Shrek film, at least, came from, like, swampy areas of places like South Carolina. So I felt like I should have had it been like South Carolina instead of Florida. That would have been more clever.
Miami, Florida. No. It's in the Everglades. And what happened was, it shot me all the way up to here in Maryland. Yes, this jetpack, it shot me all the way up to here in Maryland, where I crashed right by those trees in the backyard. And that's pretty much what happened. And I was pretty much flying for about, let's say, it took me only about 20 minutes to get from here to Maryland. No, from Florida to Maryland. Yeah, from Florida to here in Maryland. That's pretty much what happened. And of course I crashed, and I was knocked out unconscious by the impact of the crash.
Wait, you would have been going faster than Mach 4.
As you can see here, like, this shot here was taken at night, and the next one was taken, like, the next day.
Wait, you would have been going faster than Mach 4. How come you weren't reduced to mush?
Yeah, like, this was meant to be, like, a build-up to the gag where, like, how would Shrek survive that?
Honestly, Sniffer, I really don't know. Hey, Sniffer! Mr. Pencil told me that! Are you the real Shrek?
If you're talking about one of DreamWorks Animation's most recognizable characters, then that would be me.
Awesome!
Hold on a second, guys. I'm getting a call from Colin. Hey, Colin.
This is an old phone, a family member that belongs... This is an old used smartphone from, like, the junk drawer or something. So I just decided to use it as a prop.
Colin. Hey, Sniffer, how's your day been going?
Meanwhile, this was the phone I had at the time.
Well, Colin, me and Mr. Pencil learned this morning that Shrek crash-landed in our backyard last night. Haha, real funny, Sniffer, but really, how's your day been going? No, seriously, that's what happened. Really? You got any evidence? What about this? I'll take a picture of Shrek on my phone, and I'll send it to yours completely unaltered. Sure. Okay, Colin, I'm taking a picture of Shrek with my phone right now, and then I'm sending it to you right afterwards. See ya, Colin.
Yeah, like, nowadays, you don't have to hang up in order to take a picture.
Hey, Shrek, is it okay if I take a picture?
At least on iPhone, at least on iOS. I'm not sure about Android.
Picture of you with my phone real quick, and then send it to a friend, please?
Sure, Sniffer.
Okay, let's see here. Well, Shrek, it was nice meeting you, even though it was by complete accident.
Now, the scene that's going to unfold next is it's meant to reference back to the continuity 2 episodes prior with Five Nights at Communism. But I do feel like the gags in this one aren't nearly as okay, they're still kind of preachy, but I don't think they're as cringeworthy. And I feel like, you know, like there's going to be parody and that kind of stuff later on in this video, especially, that I feel like has aged a little better.
That's okay, Sniffer. I had my fun. But anywho, I better get going now. Have a nice day, Sniffer. You too, Shrek. Huh? Who could that be? Wait, why is the door locked? Whatever. Hello? Wait, Colin? What are you doing here? Is Shrek still here? Yeah, but he's about to leave. I don't care. I'm here to call him out on his corporate greed. Wait, what? Shrek, I am here to call you out on your corporate greed. What are you talking about? Well, allow me to explain. You are owned by DreamWorks Animation, and DreamWorks Animation, at least at the time that this clip was recorded, on February 13th, 2017.
Yeah, I was being very specific with that. Again, like, when it comes to like this kind of stuff, I've mellowed out quite a bit since, but I feel like even I could have done the messaging. Like, if I made a video like this today, it would have been far less preachy and far more well-crafted in terms of the messaging.
Is owned by Comcast, and Comcast is a big greedy corporation that is well known for their horrible customer satisfaction. And people like you, corporatists like you, should be ashamed of yourselves. Oh, come on now, a little greed's okay. No, it's not, Shrek. Oh, you want to fight? No, actually. I prefer...
Like, again, this doesn't make a ton of sense also. However, like, this doesn't make a ton of sense, though, because, like Shrek, if Shrek was real and was owned by Comcast through DreamWorks, which he technically is, but, like, if Shrek was a real guy, like, Shrek would not be the one responsible for, like, terrible customer service. So, like, I feel like that's why this doesn't make any sense to me. Now that I really think about it.
Or not to use violence. I am anti-war. I got an idea. Duh. You two can compete in a series of challenges to see who is truly better for this country.
Okay.
Between the progressive...
Okay, this part of the premise was basically inspired by, like, SMG4's War of the Fat Italians series. You know, that yearly series SMG4 does. Or at least did. I'm not sure. I haven't checked up on them since, you know, since the whole Celeste incident last year. But, like, it also goes by the acronym of WATV. That's for War of the Fat Italians. Like, this is supposed to be inspired by that to an extent, where we have two sides competing different crazy challenges.
And the corporatist. Duh.
What was that?
And who's truly better for this country between the progressive and the corporatist. Duh. Okay, Mr. Pencil. Just to make sure all of the challenges are non-violent.
Would you really trust Draw to lead this competition, considering what happened 2 episodes ago? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with this choice. I tried to remedy it. This is before I wrote scripts for these episodes, and I tried to remedy this, like, later on in the episode with a simple joke, but, well, I don't think that worked too well.
Violent. Can do, Colin. But first, I got to think up of some challenges. Duh. Time to think of some ideas for challenges. Duh. This sounds like a really bad idea.
You don't say! No.
All right, Shrek. If I win, then you have to break the truth to the public that Comcast has been ripping off their customers for years. And if I win, you have to become a lobbyist for Comcast.
Oh. Oh. Now the stakes are high.
It is on. Challenge accepted.
I think that was like...
Is on.
Yeah, I zoomed in these shots in editing here. Like, if you're trying to do zooms like this, never do it never do post-production zooms. Try whatever you can to do the zooms, like, mechanically, if that's what it's called, because otherwise it'll just look grainy like this.
1. Challenge accepted.
And back in the day, I uploaded videos at 720p because I thought that was HD. But it turns out, no, I had to learn the hard way. At 1080p is full HD, and YouTube just destroyed the bitrate of many of the 720p videos. Because of penny pinching. Again, like, this video was made in 2017. The Scott Cawthon controversy did not happen until 2021.
Who could that be? Oh, it's just that phone call from the answering machine from the first FNAF game.
Again, I still have a bit of that wooden dialogue, that wooden delivery problem.
No Charge has already told me about the FNAF series multiple times, but I think that I'm going to keep on listening to this. After all, I haven't played any of the FNAF games anyways.
I was going to say that, like, oh, but Colin, you still experienced it 2 episodes ago, but, like, that was just, like, some weird hijacked version of it, so, yeah, I think Colin's reasoning is actually fair here.
The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night.
Wait,
but
what?
Do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too.
I'd have to agree with you on that.
Hold a special day too. But then there was the Bite of 87.
Wait, the Bite of 87?
Was that the Bite of 87?
They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on.
Oh, damn it. I went to an ad by mistake. Hold on a second. I was trying to do this. Hold on. Was that the Bite of 87? Okay. Yeah, I need to... Hold on a second. Alright, let's go back to here. Let's go. I pressed the 6 key, and that's probably what triggered the ad, so let's go to... back to here. Alright. There we go.
Check those cameras, and remember to close the doors only if absolutely necessary. Gotta conserve power. Alright, good night.
Okay, let's see here.
Okay. What's that singing? What's that singing?
Why is it so dim in here? I'm gonna go turn on the lights. I'm going to close the doors as well.
I decided, well, this kind of looks like a button, so why not? So I just used that tape measure that was randomly there because it had that sort of button-like look to it.
Not much to do. Not much to see. Unlike all Star Wars, so much to do, so much to see, and all that.
Well, this is boring.
This is an old Kindle Fire I had that was already broken by the time... It was already been broken for years by the time I started making this video, so I just thought, I'll use this as a prop too.
Well, this is boring.
Just drops it.
Maybe if I close all these doors and turn on all these lights, it'll work. Actually, no, I'm using up way too much power, as you can see here. Wait, did I just break the 4th wall? Yeah, I think I just did. Whatever.
Hello, mouse cursor.
Let's just turn off these lights and close these doors, so...
Steam notificate... Yeah.
Nothing bad.
I don't know what I was thinking there. I gotta learn to turn that off. I actually need to turn it off during my streams, too. What was I thinking?
Happens. Hopefully.
Just 3 more hours and I'll win the challenge.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Wait, what's that? Hold on, are you one of those animatronics? Okay, now it's really dark. Wait, where are those footsteps?
Congratulations, Colin! You survived through the night, while Shrek got jump scared, which means you win the first challenge.
Well, Shrek got stuck. Well, Shrek then's been stuffed to an animatronic. Like, now I think about this, though, like, Colin would be pretty much livid at Draw for even thinking of this idea to begin with. Because, like, Draw doesn't realize this happened 2 episodes earlier. Like, again.
Challenge. Duh.
Oh, oops, let me fix that.
Your next challenge will be who can go the fastest on this treadmill. Duh! Alright, Colin, you go first, okay? Alright, Mr. Pencil. Great! Duh! Hey, Sniffer, what are you doing? I'm just watching to make sure nothing goes horribly wrong like it did in episode 4.
Case in point. Also, like, I don't know how they got Shrek back for the second challenge.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, the cord's too short! What am I going to do now? I know! Duh! Drawing, 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 drawing.
Yeah, like this here was just like an idea of mine that I was just like, sure, Draw could just plug it into like a nearby socket on the other side of the basement, but like he'd be too stupid to think of that, so she goes over the top with this
Drawing
instead.
and done. Duh. Alright, let's turn this on. Duh. Okay, so let's just get this in here.
Hey, look, the camera tripod makes another cameo.
And it's on. Duh. Okay, Colin, I'm going to start it off with just 1 mile per hour, okay?
Yep.
Great. Duh. So 1 mile per
And as you can tell, like the microphone audio and like the camera audio really, the voices don't really mesh well because of like differences in like how they're recorded.
hour. Come on, 1 mile per hour. There we go. And now, start.
I can easily handle 1 mile per hour, Mr. Pencil.
Alright, Colin, but I'm turning it up to 2 miles per hour then. Duh.
I can easily go at 2 miles per hour as
For something that has to do with treadmills, this is really still pretty slowly paced.
well, Mr. Pencil.
Okay then. Let's see here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! 10 miles per hour! Let's try that, duh!
Draw, wait! You're turning up the speed too fast! Don't worry, guys, I still got this! Zebras like me can run up to 40 miles per hour! Woo! That was quite a workout.
Okay then, Colin, now it's time to see if Shrek can go even faster than you.
I highly doubt it.
Alright, Shrek, are you ready?
Yes! Yes, I am!
Several miles later.
I cannot lose!
Yeah, I had to slow down to make sure these looks like they were in frame, like to make sure they were like synced with like the bottoms of these wing tips here. That's why I had to slow down the footage and like repeat it.
Ha! Nothing can stop me now!
Hey, that's cheating! That's an automatic loss for you, Shrek! Shame on you!
Wait, Draw was actually acting very smart there. This is very out of character for him.
The winner of this challenge is once again Colin!
Aww. Well, it doesn't surprise.
Shrek, you should have looked back to your time in that one scene in Shrek 2 where you were during the potion factory scene, you seemed like you had a lot more endurance and stamina than this challenge.
Surprise me that a corporatist like him would try to cheat, just like how Hillary Clinton did in the 2016 Democratic primaries by rigging them against Bernie Sanders. It's because of her that we're now living in a world where Dollar Trunk lives in the White House.
Alright, your third and final challenge.
Yeah, like, I was kind of using that as a just excuse to vent, which probably was not the smartest way, definitely was not a smart idea to do, because then, like, it just becomes distracting.
Challenge will be to make a parody of an already existing song that shows just how bad.
Unless if you, like, make it, like, subtle commentary, but the way I did in that previous scene, where I just laid out the facts like that, it just felt distracting.
The other side is. So for you, Colin, you will be making a parody of an already existing song that shows just how bad corporatists are, and you, Shrek, will do the same thing, except yours will show just how bad progressives are. Duh!
So basically the song parody equivalent to a political attack ad?
That's right, Colin. Duh! Anywho, you can go first, Shrek, since Colin went first on.
Okay, I actually think I remember using, like instrumentals for All Stars, so just to be safe, I'm just going to mute the desktop audio in a few seconds.
The last challenge.
Okay then,
Oh, wait a minute.
Somebody once told me that healthcare is
Okay, this is like MIDI type stuff. That
supposed
shouldn't be too
to
bad
be
then.
a right. When I have to ask you, do you know how much your taxes will go up?
Again, like, this part's just really bad. Like, again, that's meant to be the point here, as part of the commentary, compared to the other parody, but, yeah. I'm a little nicer this part because it's meant to be bad. It's meant to run the point home.
And Ronald Reagan and Bill Clinton were both great presidents because they both supported tax cuts to the rich. And,
I don't know why there would be all that booing when there's no crowd present other than the main characters, so there you go. I
honestly don't know what else to say. Darn it!
Well,
Yeah, I didn't even try for like a Shrek impression there. Hey, everybody, remember the first Overwatch?
the non-existent audience really didn't like your song parody, Shrek. So it's your turn, Colin. Duh.
And, like, I think this was the main reason I made the episode to begin with, because, like, I knew for a fact I really wanted to try. Like, by, like, spring of 2017, the meme had already gotten old, but, like, I was already working on this episode for months, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not stopping now. Similar to Combafauna, despite the delays that this series has been getting, I'm not just going to give up now.
Okay, Mr. Pencil. Now, which song should I parody on such a short notice?
Again, like I say, on such a short notice. Or nowadays they'll just say, on such short notice. I know it sounds like notice rather than notice, but again, that's just my dialect, because I'm from the Mid-Atlantic.
I really don't have a whole lot of time to actually write down the parody itself
And there's a wooden block right there to support Shrek.
and its lyrics, so I'm going to have to improvise them. I got it! Okay guys, so let's pretend that
Alright! Here we go!
I am a corporatist politician, or a big corporate donor, that wants to teach inspiring politicians how to be, well, politicians.
Are you loyal to the establishment? Well, technically, nah. Have you ever rigged the primaries against a true progressive like Bernie Sanders? Nah. Did you support Bill Clinton's repeal of Glass-Steagall in 1999? Nah. Alright, I see that I'll have to teach you.
Also, rest in peace, Stefan Karl Stefansson. Rest in peace, you legend. Because you gave us an absolute banger of a villain song. You really did.
You how to be corporatists.
I didn't have, I just plopped a PNG of a saxophone there.
Hey!
Again, the mic volume was too loud there. I didn't think about what I was doing with, a green recorder. The green screen and the Wall Street background, that was all.
Corporatists are number one. Hey! Huh? Corporatists are number one. Hey! Good. Now listen closely. Here's a little lesson in corporate greed. This'll go down in US history. If you want to be a greedy corporatist, you have to screw over the American web.
And, of course, terrible chroma key again.
Push
for deregulation of businesses everywhere. Go, 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 go!
For shit.
I literally had to speed up the clip there because, again, just so it could stay in sync with the music.
Interviews and be super greedy.
And the rhythm itself.
Care only about Wall Street money. Here's my campaign.
And again, there's Kinz Cash right there. Because, Webkinz, Kinz Cash, I tried to pretend like this is the currency. And I didn't have any Kinz Cash props at the time, so this was the best I could do.
Campaign contribution to you. Gee, thanks. No, don't take campaign contributions from the American Webkinz. Take it from the billionaires and the big multinational corporations like AT&T and Goldman Sachs. We do not think...
I feel like their explanation there, the way it was explained, of course, as you can imagine, that really slows down, that curve broke the pace.
Healthcare is supposed to be a right. Corporatists are number one. Hey, we do not think education is supposed to be a right. Corporatists are number one. Hey, we do not think water is supposed to be a right. Corporatists are number one. Ha ha ha. Now look at these taxes that I just found. When I say cut, get ready to cut. Cut! Cut it for us rich Webkinz, not the poor. Ugh, let's try something else.
Okay,
now
I like how that
watch
was
and
handled.
learn. Here's the deal. We support disastrous free trade deals. Mwahaha!
Again, I just did this because I just made this little edit in Paint.net because I just thought it was funny.
What are you doing?
And of course, the disclaimer right there. Because I know it broke the pace, but I thought, best to,
Today I am announcing my campaign for... I'm not going to let this corporate sellout win again. That's it. It's time to primary him.
Corporatists are number one. Hey,
No, it's not. These guys have sold themselves out to Wall Street. Corporatists are number one.
Calling the show, though, is, supposed to be, the progressive guy, so to speak. So, at least that's what I intended for him to be. So, conceptually, this parody actually kind of falls flat. Because, it doesn't follow the same beats. I know, this is supposed to be a parody of We're Number One, but... in that song, Robbie Rotten was, teaching, I think clones of himself or whatever, of how to be villains themselves. Whereas... it was to celebrate... Robbie Rotten was celebrating villainy, not mocking it. Whereas this parody is meant to mock, corporate greed and all that. So I kind of didn't think that part through. Still, in terms of the parody itself I made, it's nowhere... I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as... badly executed as the messaging from 2 episodes earlier. Because here, at least, I tried to weave good jokes into it.
Hey!
You guys have sold themselves out to Wall Street, while I, on the other hand, take only donations, small donations,
Hey!
from the American Webkinz.
And of course, you can see it's somewhat transparent here because of green screen bullshit or whatever.
I truly, with full honesty, support getting
Even though that's just like a PNG image.
money out of politics.
Hey!
And the winner of the Democratic primaries.
I don't know why this frog Webkinz looks has such a muted green coloring.
Corporate system number 1, corporate system number
And another edit, because why not?
1.
We are the 1%. Hey, hey!
You know who won the third and final challenge? Duh!
Alright, Shrek, since I won those challenges, you now have to go out there and tell the truth about how Comcast is one of those many multinational corporations that buys out our politicians and rips off its consumers. Ugh, fine. Wait, Shrek, are you sure you're gonna be able to fly back to Florida safely? It's pretty dark out there now. Don't worry, my Buzz Lightyear spacesuit has a built-in flashlight. Okay then, Shrek.
Well, that's
have a safe
convenient.
flight back to Florida, I
AKA
suppose.
lazy writing.
Yeah, whatever. But mark my words, Colin. I'll return.
And here are where the arc begins. Da da da. A very cheesy and rather preachy arc, but one I feel like I improved with the messaging over time. I kind of think.
Return someday for my
Probably not, but
revenge.
I tried, okay?
Yeah, I doubt it. Oh, I will return. You will see. Guys, I just came home from work, and was that Shrek flying away with a jetpack while wearing a Buzz Lightyear spacesuit? Might sound hard to believe, but yes. But Shrek's not even real.
I really didn't know how to end the episode, so I just went with that. Probably one of the worst questions to end a plush video with. Like I said, I was in a phase during this. Like I was also in another phase around this time as well. I also explained in the previous stream, so you can just check that one out if you're interested. But yeah. So yeah, this should be the last episode for a while. It goes to a length of about 20 minutes or so. The next few should be less than 10 minutes each.
Hey, Wacky.
Yeah, Zenga?
And now we're beginning
Want to
Wacky's
go
Adventure.
play a game of Wacky?
Now, this Zangoz plush I made myself. This is the first custom plush I ever made. Unfortunately, one of my dogs destroyed it not long after filming this video. So the one you see here, like, is not the same one as it's not the same as the one I have now. This is one I made this one I made a little earlier. No, not earlier. I made this one a little. Yeah, I made it before, and it was a few. It would be months until I would make another video featuring Zangoz again because of that whole mess.
Zengaz?
Sure!
Then
You can tell the difference by like the eyes, and like the felt is way more messed up with this first one.
follow me.
Yay! Hey, Zengaz!
Yeah, Wacky, what is it?
What about this tree?
Okay, you go up there and find a branch that you can jump off of, while I, on the other hand, go over there, okay?
I mean, this is basically how Wacky Zangoz works.
Okay. Okay, Zengaz, I'm all ready.
Okay, Wacky, don't forget to jump on the counter.
And don't worry, for the next few episodes, like, there won't be any, there won't be any attempts, or very few attempts, at least, of, like, any, like, preachy political messaging or anything like that. Nothing cringeworthy of that sort.
Of 3. 1, 2.
Also, Zengaz, let's try to go for over 700 this time.
What? Oh, wait.
Also, let's try to go for
Oh my god, I did not know until now that there was that audio error. I think I forgot about that until just now. Wow, that is bad.
I want a challenge this time.
Are you sure about that,
don't
Wacky?
forget...
Yeah, I want a challenge.
Alright then, Wacky. Jump on the count of 3 then.
I mean, maybe in the perhaps in the future, I might actually, maybe as a bonus plush video, I'll go back and just edit that out for a fixed audio version. I can't. Granted, then again, this was made so many years ago that. Wow, I cannot believe that was so bad. Cannot believe I did not notice that audio goof.
1, 2, 3.
There was no shrinking effects in Movavi at the time, so I had to just literally frame by frame shrink Wacky until he went away into the horizon.
Oh no! Did I swing too hard? Wacky! 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 Wacky!
The last episode, the previous episode was made, released in May, this was released in August. Because around this time, stuff like school and, again, there were motivational issues as well for making the series that caused, episodes to really slow down. And I was still learning the ropes. Because that meme was
What a wonderful day!
Duh.
Wait, what's that? Is that some yellow hairy asteroid with limbs? I have to go check this out. It is a yellow hairy asteroid with limbs. I better take it inside. Yep. There we go. Duh.
Ow, my head. What happened?
Wait, you're not a yellow hairy asteroid.
No, my name is Wacky Zingar.
And I was a lot less efficient with filming at the time because, this, you can see here, this shot was filmed in June.
Wait, how did you get here, and where did you come from?
Well, long story short, I came from my jungle due to a game of Wacky Zingars that went horribly wrong.
Oh, okay, duh. Wait, but how are you going?
I also made sure, I went into Webkinz and recorded the
Get
gameplay
home.
footage and extracted the audio from that.
1,
As you
2,
can see here.
3.
Wacky Zingar!
So yeah.
Wait, how did you get here?
Jungle due to a game of Wacky Zingars that went horribly wrong.
Oh, okay, duh. Wait, but how are you going to get home?
Do you have a phone I can use?
Well, I know there's Sniffer who has his, and there's a phone right there, but let's go ask Sniffer first to see if we can use his phone, okay?
Okay.
Hey Sniffer, I have a question. Not now, Draw. I'm very busy.
That was just an embarrassing, cut there, before the hand even left. Look,
Hey Sniffer,
that was just embarrassing.
but it's really important. Then go ask Rex, please. I'm very busy. Okay, Sniffer. Come on, Wacky.
For this, I just scrounged, I just looked around at, this side of the basement, and I found, these computer parts, so I just used those as props for some experiments Sniffer was working on.
Yeah, whatever. Must be just me.
Alright, time to check my emails. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so it seems that I have only gotten one new email as of late. So let's just see that. Okay, so all it has is this link here. I wonder what happens if I press it.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Rex.
It was just another junk email. Oh well.
Huh, you get that you really get that few emails? Huh, normally those will go to the spam folder.
Hey, Rex.
Again, this was an old laptop I had that was already broken by the time I started making these videos, so I just used that as a prop.
Yeah, Draw? Can I borrow your phone, please? Why? Cause me and my new friend Wacky Zingaz have to call his friend Zengaz so he can come pick Wacky up.
Wait, who's Wacky?
That guy over there. He's my new friend.
Hi! You and Wacky can use the house phone if you want to call Zengaz.
Really? Thanks, Rex.
No problem, Draw.
Okay, Wacky, let's call Zengaz.
And again, the pacing here is just so slow.
Okay, so Zenga said that he'll be here in about 2 hours to pick me up. So what should we do in the meantime?
Well, we can play video games with Charge in the basement, because I think he should be in the basement, I believe. So let's go!
Yay!
Come on, come on, come on! Come on, kid, go!
I just got, like, I already had my Switch for a few months by this point, so that's why I was thinking to myself, okay, let's try and weave this into the plot.
Bro, don't let me down!
And use
Hey,
it for,
Charge, what game are you playing?
Oh, I'm playing ARMS for the Nintendo Switch!
And I didn't want to get a copyright claim again, so I just used some 8-bit remix of the ARMS theme.
Cool, Charge. Can me and Wacky play too?
I don't know, Draw. I have only 2 Joy-Cons, and there's 3 of us.
Please, Charge.
Hey, Charge, can you please come help me with something?
Actually, I guess it's okay you 2 could play some ARMS while I'm helping out Sniffer with whatever he needs my help with.
Awesome! Thanks, Charge!
Yeah, no problem. But before you 2 start playing, you might want to use these. These might be very helpful. Okay, have fun!
Yeah, there's only one pair of Joy-Cons. How are you gonna make that work?
Come on, Helix, I'm counting on you! Come on, don't let me down, Helix,
Hold on,
don't
wait.
let me down!
Wait, can you actually play ARMS like that? One moment. I need to check the box I have with the game. Let me find it. Right here. Huh, you can apparently use it. You apparently can play ARMS with just one Joy-Con. I was checking the back of the box I had.
Oh, this game stinks. Ugh.
To pull off the effect here, I just used some like saran wrap, and then covered the Switch with saran wrap, and then scribbled Sharpie all over it to mimic like broken glass. Because unlike Logan, I sure as hell did not have the budget for like multiple Switches. Of course, I was not just going to break my Switch for the sake of a video.
Oh no! We broke Charge's Nintendo Switch!
What are we going to do, Draw?
Let's just take off our Joy-Cons and run! Run upstairs! Oh!
And again, terrible lighting quality produces horrible
What was all
grainy
that
footage.
noise about?
My Nintendo Switch!
Don't worry, Nintendo Switch. Don't worry, Nintendo Switch. Daddy's here. Who would ever break you?
I was trying to have him act like Mr. Krabs with his money. You get the idea.
Wait, that wacky guy Draw had with him. He must have broken my Nintendo Switch. Wacky, I'm going to get you.
If I was making a video like this, if I was making this episode today, I would have gone, you know, like, you know about the SML Toad's Mistake trilogy? I would have basically had it be something, like, have Charge be that level, those levels of angry, you know, like, to go really over the top.
What are we going to do, Wacky?
I don't know, Draw.
You!
Oh
You don't break Charge's video games or video game systems, especially his Nintendo Switch. And now, Wacky, since you broke my Nintendo Switch, it's time for you to pay the price! Ah!
Wait, Charge, stop!
Ah! Wait, why? He broke my Nintendo Switch!
Actually, Charge, it wasn't Wacky who broke your Nintendo Switch. It was me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I accidentally broke it after I got angry from losing a match of arms against Wacky. I'm sorry, Charge.
It's okay, Draw.
Wait,
God,
really?
okay.
Yeah,
This just feels like some cheap after-school special now.
it was just an accident. Plus, you can draw me a new Nintendo Switch.
Oh, right, I can. Just give me a sec, okay? I'll draw you a new Nintendo Switch.
Awesome! Thanks, Draw!
Drawing, 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 and done. Duh.
Whoa! Awesome! Thanks, Draw.
One problem though, all your game saves are probably gone. So yeah, I'm pretty sure like post credits I would have probably had Charge beating the shit out of Draw.
No problem, Charge. Duh. Wait, who could that be? Hello?
Hello, is Wacky Zingaz here?
What's going on here? Zinga!
Wacky
Wow, this is
Zingaz
bad.
here?
What's going
Because
on
look,
here?
it takes a while for the light to actually bounce itself out.
Well, Wacky, I'm glad to see that you're okay.
I'm glad to see you too, Zengaz.
Well, ready to go home?
Yep. Goodbye, Draw.
This must be your new friend.
Yep, this is my new friend, Draw Pencil.
Well, Draw Pencil, have a nice day. Goodbye. Have a nice day too, Wacky and Zengaz. Goodbye. Duh. And everything worked out well in the end. Duh.
This episode is just probably the lamest one ever did. I don't know what I was thinking. I just tried to like think of something.
Need a new mattress, but
Probably, hold on a second. Probably something like involving Wacky Zingaz. So I was just like, okay, let's try and do something with that. And this was before I wrote scripts, and you could definitely tell that was the case. Alright, and now... Okay, so the first 7 episodes of this series were, like, really made haphazardly in a sense. When I really didn't know what I was doing, and I seriously thought that... Hold on, are these wings even drawn right? No, they aren't. Like, these wings are, like, reversed and everything. Like, the wings are almost backwards. What was I thinking there? But, yeah, so... like, the first 7 episodes were made really haphazardly, like, the really slow pacing and the monotonous, voice, very wooden voice, in an attempt to hide my dialect, even though it started to wane with episodes 6 and 7 to an extent. But here, starting with episode 8, the Omnitrix, like, this was the first episode made in 2018, and from that point up until around August of 2019, I was actually on a roll with, like, consistent episode output, delivering, like, 1 or 2 episodes a month. And, like, it started around here, and I think it was around this time, like, while making this episode, like, I'd started getting to Ben 10 again, which is what gave me the idea for this episode, and such. And you could thank Kerr, the artist, and the ink tank for that. So, yeah, I started working on this episode in, like, late 2017, or even while I was finishing up, like, Wacky's Adventure. It came out in March of 2018, and, yeah, no more hesitation. Let's just begin this, because here's where episodes actually start to become more quickly paced, I hope.
Hey everybody, Grant Scarboro, aka VR Terrorbird here, and right before this episode of the Webkinz show begins, I just want to say to all of you viewers that if you want to help further support this channel, then please don't forget to check out my Patreon as well as my other social media accounts like my Twitter and DeviantArt. Links to which will be
remember when it
below
was known
in
as
the
Twitter?
description. Thank you.
Hey, Draw! Hey, Charge! What are you doing? Oh, I'm just watching the
Hey,
show
look,
called
actually
Ben 10.
half decent lighting.
Really? Awesome! I remember loving it when I was younger. Wait a moment! What's wrong, Charge? This is the reboot! What's wrong with that? Simple! This isn't the iteration of the show you want to watch. Why's that? Simple! I just happen to have the first 2 seasons of the...
I literally just printed this Webkinz cat head out on my family's colored printer and just taped it onto my Ben 10 Season 2 DVD box.
Original series on DVD! Really? Cool! Yeah, you want to watch...
Speaking of which, everybody remembers, like, the Ben 10 complete box set fiasco, where supposedly it was meant to have, like, the entire original series going from there all the way up to the end of Omniverse. But, like, about half of Omniverse was actually missing. And then they basically had to, like, recall sets and, like, just basically refund everybody. They basically decided literally to refund everybody and just put out an actual set with the remaining half of Omniverse. Yeah, I still don't have that box set yet because, like, that's still pathetic. They didn't even try for, like, they could have just given it to Warner Archive and had them do, like, a complete series box set for the original series, at least, and have that also include stuff like Secret of the Omnitrix, Race Against Time, and, you know, all the behind-the-scenes stuff from the DVDs, as well as, you know, the original series shorts. And then they could have done, like, a separate box set for Alien Force, include Alien Swarm there, and then a separate Blu-ray box set for Ultimate Alien, and then one for Omniverse, before moving on to the reboots. And speaking of, like, the only Ben 10 of anything to receive a Blu-ray release at the time of this live stream is actually Alien Swarm. The Alien Swarm film, so, yeah, that's pretty embarrassing, considering that Ben 10 was their biggest cash cow for about a decade.
This instead? Yeah! Awesome! I'll go print the first disc of the first season in the PS3.
Support physical... Although, like, I might get the, I might still get the, like, even if it's, like, DVD, I'm just hoping, like, they at least, like, the prints probably are even then still, like, probably the crappy 4x3 quality and such, but then again, I mean, I guess it's better to have that in physical media than nothing at all.
Okay.
Also, I still have not seen the reboot yet, though, aside from one episode, but that's something I need to get into later on. Because I followed Ben 10 until around partway through Omniverse, actually, before I got back into it in 2017.
Hey, awesome, Charge! Whoa, that was so cool! I think I'm gonna draw myself my own Omnitrix! Wait, draw? I don't think that's a good idea! Drawing.
This was one of my first ever little plush props here. A sort of plush piece of clothing that I'm actually proud of to this day. I don't know if I still have it in my inventory, but yeah, the little Webkinz Omnitrix thing.
Drawing.
I just used some glue and some felt and such, and there you go.
And done. Duh. Seriously, Draw, this is a really bad idea. Come on, Charge. The Omnitrix is awesome. You can turn to so many different alien superheroes, right? Yeah, but that isn't a toy. That's really dangerous, Draw. The Omnitrix is not a toy. I've said it twice now. You better erase it. No way.
I said it twice now. Why does Charge sound British there for a second?
Charge, you should try it on. Try turning into an alien superhero, like Ripjaws, or Heat Blast, or Cannonbolt. No way. You better erase this right now.
Like, if this was the actual Omnitrix, like the moment Draw, you know, pushed it forward, it would have latched onto him. Similar to how it latched onto Ben's wrist in, like, the pilot. In, like, the opening pilot. Or at the very least, like, once once Draw pushed in Charge's direction, it should have latched onto Charge's arm. Or wrist or whatever.
Now, try it on. Erase it. Please try it on. No way. You better erase this right now. Try it on. Erase it. Try it on. Erase it.
And you can tell, like, this is based off, of course, the original series Omnitrix. Obviously.
Try it on. Erase it. Try it on. Erase it.
of course, my body's shadow is still there. That was an embarrassing error.
Try it on. Erase it. Try it on. Erase it. Try it on. Erase it.
Okay, I think I dragged that out a little bit too long.
Try it on.
Is everything okay?
And of course, it was around this time where, like, my dog had ripped apart Rex's head, and I had to sew it back together with some felt and the fabric markers.
Say, you know what, Draw? If you're not going to erase this, then I'll just destroy this Omnitrix myself.
How would Draw have done that? Like now I think about it, how would Draw have done, how would Charge have done that? Like, would he try to run him over with his car? Because, like, this Omnitrix itself, like, it's already not latching onto anybody's wrists at first notice. So there might be differences in the durability of this Omnitrix and such. Now I think about it, like, it's meant to be parody, of course, but am I thinking too deep into this? Maybe? But it's just something I'm taking notice of now. Because, like, you know, the original Omnitrix at, like, the end of Alien Force, you know, Ben destroyed that by, you know, having, you know, successfully having Vilgax fall for his bluff or whatever. Or, yeah, like, have Vilgax successfully, like, I think, yeah, like, Vilgax fell for Ben's lies or whatever, about, like, how, basically, Vilgax had the Omnitrix in his possession, he had all these, like, android robots that could transform with the Omnitrix and so on, and then Ben's like, you know what, I'm just gonna let the self-destructs happen over the course of just 30 seconds, so it just blows up and doesn't destroy the universe. But of course, of course, this is like this is based off the classic Omnitrix, not like the recalibrated one from Alien Force. So, would those? I don't know if those voice commands would still, like, if Charge could just say like 000 whatever, and then like activate the self-destruct sequence over 30 seconds or something like that. Again, like, it's making me think. Like, again, I've been watching Kuro the Artist's Ben 10 breakdowns again. I've over the past few days, I've resumed watching those again, starting from midway through Alien Force, and I'm already starting off with, like, quote unquote, like, with the first Eunice episode of Ultimate Alien. That's the one that's a breakdown I most recently seen, just before doing this live stream, actually. So, like, it's just all these new questions that'll start popping up in my head.
No way, Charge! Hi-ya!
And here we go. Slow motion, or at least a poor attempt at it. The whole sound effects is actually meant to be kind of a reference to, you know, Ben 10 Returns Part 1, where, like, Ben puts on the classic Omnitrix again after, like, 4 or 5 years, and he says, like, I'm sure. And, like, when he puts on that Omnitrix before saying I'm sure, like, it makes that kind of sound effect, that sort of that closing sound effect. Meanwhile, though, like, this slow motion shot there, like, that's sort of slow motion, or attempted at least, was basically inspired by the SML video The Ring, where, like, it, you know, where it's a slow motion sequence of, like, some slow motion shots of Jeffy throwing this ring, this engagement ring Mario was playing to give to Rosalina, and it lands in the cheesecake that Chef Pee puts into the oven and such. Like, this was meant to be this shot here, this scene here was meant to be a reference to that as well.
Huh? What's this? Well, this is just great! Now it's stuck on your wrist, Rex! Speaking of which, what is this anyways? It's called the Omnitrix, and...
Hey look, a third-party PS3 controller used to have before it got chewed up. I think I actually still have it, but it's been chewed up and now it doesn't work anymore, I believe.
Long story short, it's very dangerous, and we have to destroy it before something really bad happens. Okay then let's take this off my wrist then. That's the problem! It's almost impossible to take the Omnitrix off one's wrist once it's attached to it. Then what are we gonna do? I don't know. Well, we got to figure out something quickly then. Come on, let's figure something out, Charge. Yeah, let's go figure something out.
I wonder if the mixture used to bring Draw to life is magnetic. Sniffer! Sniffer!
Why
Sniffer!
would you...
Me and Rex really need your help! First of all, Charge, calm down. And second of all, what do you and Rex need my help with? Well, you see, Rex has an Omnitrix now, and...
That actually kind of remind... Wait.
Hold on a moment, Charge. Really?
Okay, first of all, like, that bit there were the bit where, Sniffer was saying, telling Charge calm down, and it's now making me think of, like a 2019 SML video where, I think it was 2019, from 2019, called Chef PB's Restraining Order, where like, Chef PB, like, answers the door, and he's like, HELLO! And then Brooklyn guy's like, your voice? It's up here. I need you to bring it down here. Here, I am standing right here. I guess it kind of reminds me of that, although albeit less exaggerated, of course, in the case of this scene. And also, Sniffer, Draw can pretty much draw anything to life. You should be expecting this by now.
An Omnitrix from that old Ben 10 show you used to watch when you were younger? Yeah! I don't believe you, Charge. I'm pretty sure this is a prank. Well, it's hard to believe, Sniffer, but I'm serious, and I'm telling the truth, and I mean...
And again, like, this is where I really am trying to get away from that, like, masking of the dialect.
Come on in, Rex, and...
I mean, you could still see it, you could still hear it to an extent, but I'm mostly gotten over it by this point.
Show Sniffer the Omnitrix you have on your wrist! Yeah, Charge isn't actually lying, Sniffer. See? Yeah, I don't believe you guys.
And of course the music just stops right there, because it's meant to be, like, it's supposed to build up to, a short build up to, like, Sniffer being like, yeah, I still don't believe you.
I'm pretty sure it's just a toy Omnitrix.
Seriously, Sniffer, they're telling the truth. Come on, Rex, prove it by turning into one of your new alien forms.
No way, Draw. That's a really bad idea. Yeah, Draw, that's a really bad idea. I'm on Rex's side on this one.
Come on, guys, please.
No way, Draw. In fact, I'm just going to try and remove this Omnitrix myself. I'm out of here.
Good luck with that.
No way, Rex, get back here right now. Turn to one of your new alien heroes.
Draw, don't do it! Stop him! For the last time, Draw, I'm not doing it. Got to get this thing off my wrist.
And of course, terrible, grainy video quality returns.
Come on, Rex, turn into an alien. Don't be a party pooper.
I was trying to make this sort of like a dramatic chase scene almost, but...
Draw, stop following me!
Come on, Rex, turn into an alien!
And of course, we go back to good video quality.
Wait,
is this 1080p? Yeah, this one's at least 1080p.
It'll be awesome! For the last time, Draw, I'm not going to do it. You know what then, Rex? Fine, take this! Hi-ya!
And of course, like, the justification here is meant to be like, oh, the Omnitrix lands on, like, lands on its, like, dial button, whatever, down.
It's going to do it!
Down, so, because if you scrub by the frames there, see, like, the Omnitrix is, like, facing downwards, face down, so, like, the explanation there was supposed to be like, oh, it sort of activated, then, like, double activated or whatever, like it went to selection mode or whatever, and then activated simultaneously with the impact of the fall here. And here's an old Heat Blast toy back when I've had since I was pretty much in kindergarten. It was pretty much the right size for these. It's not a plush, but it's pretty much the right size for these kinds of videos. And it's at least better than the actual Heat Blast plush based on the reboot, where it's just a giant chibi head. I already ranted about that kind of stuff in my one video discussing Metarunner and Glitch Productions, so you can go check out that for more.
What's happened? Wait! Ah! I'm this crazy fire monster! What's happened to me? Ah! Somebody help! I'm this crazy fire monster! What's happened to me? What's happened to me? Cool! Cool, Rex! You're Heat Blast now! You did this, Draw! I'm sorry? Why I oughta?
Nice job, Rexy. Set the yard on fire.
Did I just throw that fireball with my hands? Guys, what's going on? Oh!
And yet the fire's apparently gone here.
Oh no!
Rex, is that you? Yes, unfortunately, it is me, Rex. And according to Draw, I'm Heat Blast now. Well, yeah, that's technically true. Heat Blast was Ben's Pyronites form in the show, and basically Pyronites are sentient, made out of fire, and can shoot fire from their hands, and so on and so forth. Well, I don't want to be this fire monster forever. Well, actually, Rex, you're not really a monster. You're more of an alien than anything else.
Obviously,
Look,
referencing
Charge,
the pilot.
is there any way I can turn back? Well, there's two ways I'm pretty sure, normally anyways. You can either A, wait for the Omnitrix to time out, or B, I think, press the Omnitrix on your chest right there, and I think it will turn you back to normal. Hopefully you're right, Charge. Oh, thank goodness, I'm back to normal. Thanks, Charge.
And
yeah,
of course,
but we still...
And of course, it's just like a flash to green. It's just like a quick fade to green and fade back to Rex. Of course, because, like, again, like, I don't have, like, After Effects or anything like that. It's why, like, I'm considering switching over to DaVinci Resolve.
need to get that Omnitrix off. Come on, Rex, let's go back inside. Yeah, good idea, Charge. Out of the way, Sniffer! Me and Rex have to get this Omnitrix off his wrist as soon as possible. Yeah, and I'm on your guy's side now. Wait, what? I thought you didn't believe us, Sniffer. At all! Well, you see, Charge, I heard this massive explosion, and when I came outside to see what was going on, I saw the whole thing, and Rex's heat blast. So yeah, I'm on your guy's side now. Come on, we gotta get that Omnitrix off as soon as possible, before somebody gets hurt. We tried a knife, scissors, even a gosh darn pizza cutter, and yet we still can't get this Omnitrix off.
Like, this is like a loose reference to the the Alien Force Season 2 episode Grounded, where Ben's parents try and get the Omnitrix off, and that just doesn't work. I honestly hate that episode because, like, it just feels so rushed, and it's just like, it feels like just the obligatory, oh, the parents find out about the teenage superhero's superpowers and forbid said superhero from being a hero until some brave acts near the end. Like, that episode just felt so rushed. It was just like, okay, we have to answer this question of what's going on there, and, like, they barely do anything with it afterwards, with the exception of, like, one episode in Ultimate Alien and an additional episode in Omniverse, and that's it.
Maybe Draw can erase it.
But that's...
Wait, we forgot about Draw! Where is he?
Hey guys, Draw, come here! Alright, Draw, since you started this mess, you have to fix it. Erase Rex's Omnitrix right now. Oh, but Sniffer, do you want me to kick you out, Draw? No, I'll erase it. Yeah, you betcha.
Background music at least.
Okay, come on, erase, 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 erase! Erase, 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 erase!
Uh-oh, I know what's going to happen! Everybody take cover!
Okay, that was a little louder of a sound effect than you might think, but that was supposed to be like a reference, like, to one of the many Omnitrix fail-safes.
Oof! 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 Okay, guys, so apparently this Omnitrix isn't coming off my wrist anytime soon. So I guess I'll just not use it at all, then, I suppose. Come on, Rex! The Omnitrix is awesome! Come on, turn into another alien, Rex. No, Draw, I'm not turning into another alien. Nor am I turning back into Heat Blast. Come on, Rex! Please, no! Please, no! Pretty please with a cherry on top? Absolutely not! Rex, turn into another alien right now! No, Draw! Turn into another alien, Rex! No, Draw!
Like, the reason I chose to have Rex equip the Omnitrix was also because of the fact, well, one of the main reasons was that, like, Rex was sort of like the average Joe of the main characters, similar to, like, SML Mario, so it was meant to be a sort of like a thought exercise as well. It's like, oh, what if it was Mario, like, I was almost like pretending, like, in my mind it was like, SML movie, Mario's Omnitrix, or something like that. because, you know, like the average Joe getting the Omnitrix.
I said turn into another alien! Draw, I said no!
Wait. What happened to me?
If you look closely, like this original series Ripjaw's toy. Hold on, let me wait for like a
Simple
good
Rex,
frame.
you're Ripjaws now.
What? Ripjaws? Who's Ripjaws?
Well, you see, Ripjaws is...
Wait, why am I so thirsty all of a sudden? Need water.
Actually, let me go back a few frames. Like this one looks like it's got those like tiny little bits of green Sharpie around the eyes, and there's a reason for that. It's like back when I was little, like it was around like 2010, 2011 when Ultimate Alien was the hot new series. Like I tried to like color in like the Omnitrix symbols on like my original series toys with Sharpie and such. Same with the eyes, so it'd be more up to date with like Ultimate Alien, because that was the norm by then.
Ripjaws. Well, you see, Ripjaws is... Wait. What? Need water. I need water now. Need water. Need water. Okay, guys, I'm all hydrated now.
That's it, Draw! You're going to time out!
And you're going to be sitting in this corner for the rest of the episode. Understand, Draw?
Okay, that's sort of like a loose reference to like another SML video, Turkey Tyranny, where Mario basically like punishes Jeffy for misbehaving and makes him sit in the corner for the entire video. Like Jeffy was like, "If that's what the fans want, that's what they want. Go sit in the corner."
Sniffer, Draw, I do not want to hear it.
Okay.
Good.
Wait, hold on a second. Was that like a was there like a cut in the video there?
Okay.
Good.
Oh, that was for.
Okay, guys, I put Draw in timeout. That's good, Sniffer, but still, I can't go to work tomorrow with this Omnitrix on my wrist, and we still don't know how to get it off, so what are we going to do? Well, first of all, and this includes you too, Charge, as well as Draw in the corner in that room over there, but still, we got to make sure nobody knows about this, and I mean nobody. And second of all, and this mainly applies to you, Rex, is make sure you always wear a long-sleeved shirt to work every day so nobody sees that Omnitrix until we're able to figure out a way to successfully remove it and destroy it. Good idea, Sniffer. Good idea. Yeah. This is bad. Really bad.
No!
This was meant to be another fake-out ending.
Erase, 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 erase! This is so stupid! Why do I have to stay in this corner when I made this totally awesome alien device that allows you to
You didn't make it, Asmith did. You just plagiarized him. Wink, wink.
Transform into many different alien superheroes? This is so stupid. You know what? I'm not going to listen to Sniffer and stay in this corner. I'm gonna go draw a monster or a bad guy for Rex to fight. Yeah, that'll show them. Alright, I'm gonna draw a big scary monster for Rex to fight. Yeah, then he'll have to use the Omnitrix to stop it. Alright, let's draw this monster. Drawing, 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 drawing. Gotta draw a big scary monster. Drawing, 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 drawing. And done. Duh.
Yep, that's me. I took some old Halloween elements from old Halloween costumes, some old Halloween masks, some werewolf gloves, and some weird turkey hat, or weird bird hat, and that's some big scary monster. I got in front of a green screen, and there you go. All with the wonderful artifacts left over right here. And of course, I increased the size of that to make myself look way bigger. Like, it actually doesn't look horrible for like a plush video, except for the elements for like the artifacts here, if that's what they're supposed to be called. Again, like I'm considering switching over to DaVinci Resolve if I'm able to like get rid of that in post, those kind of issues in post. As well as just like one bird costume piece.
I can't believe I actually managed to draw this giant monster. Oh!
Okay, that was a
what's
decent
going on?
screenshot.
What in the world? Hey Sniffer, I drew that giant monster for Rex to fight. Duh! Draw! I told you to stay in the corner in that room! Well, Sniffer, for your information, I drew that monster for Rex to fight because I wanted him to use the Omnitrix again. You know what? Fine, Draw. You win. Rex has to use the Omnitrix now in order to stop that giant, scary monster that you drew!
Okay, yeah, there is a bit of, like, the stilted, voice acting, so to speak, coming back.
Draw, come with me!
Again, like, it wasn't, like, it didn't disappear overnight.
Yes, Sniffer? Wait, why isn't Draw in the corner like he's supposed to? Rex, come outside, please.
I just love how, I just love how Sniffer's just like, Rex, just come outside, because, like, Sniffer's acting like he got just, like, 3 hours of sleep last night and he's just done with it.
No, what did Draw do? Seriously, what did Draw... You...
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised the monster didn't just try to, like, you know, just destroy the house or something.
See, Rex, Draw here drew that monster...
It's a very patient monster, at least, waiting for the main cast to make their choice. The monster should deserve a gold star in patience.
For you to fight, so I'm afraid you have no choice but to use the Omnitrix now. You're right, Sniffer. You and Draw go back inside. I'll stop this giant monster somehow with one of the aliens, I guess. Don't worry, guys! I'll stop the monster! Hey, monster! If you want to attack my friends, you're going to have to go through me first! Ow!
Yeah, you know, that was just a simple comedic gag. Where you think Charge... It writes itself.
Quick, you, Draw, and Charge get back inside immediately. I'll use the Omnitrix to stop this giant monster, I suppose. Hurry! Come on, Charge! Come on, come on! Well, here we go. I better choose somebody that can...
Okay, and now here's, like, I know the artifacts return. Like, this is an old, like, toy Omnitrix with a calculator display, basically, that I've had since childhood, and I was like, well, so I decided, you know, like, I could have just done the lazy thing all the time and just have, like, it just be a shot of Rex, you know, dialing the Omnitrix from a third-person view, but I tried to go with, like, a first-person view with this felt glove I made representing Rex's hand. I even, like, merged two of the fingers together to represent, like, how Rex has, like, 4 fingers. I would have done it with this hand, too, but that wouldn't... I'm not sure if that would have looked right, especially since my thumb is barely visible here anyways.
Take this monster down. So let's see here who can take down this monster. I'll just close my eyes and choose somebody random. I'll choose this guy.
Whoa! What's alien?
This Accelerate toy I've had since I was little too, but the tail actually made out of felt because the original tail that came with it was lost long ago.
And am I now? Uh-oh! Well,
again, that's not really an Accelerate speed sound effect, but yeah.
Whoever this alien is, he sure is fast. Wait, that gives me an idea.
It's too loud again. And
Hey,
now we have
monster!
some actual, you know, we actually have some decent, okay, some Accelerate speed sounds like with the visor and such. That I captured from clips of the show.
Over here! You missed! You missed again!
The logic here is that Accelerate went so fast that he went right up the monster's body, so he could basically beat him up right in his face, literally. And of course, use the same explosion effect I've been using ever since. I've basically been using, this is one of the explosion effects I've been using ever since for these plush videos. Mainly because it works most of the time anyways. For what I need it for, and like, again, like the camera footage, like I just literally just move the camera down, this time physically, where, again, right here, I just moved, again, that was a pretty bad cut, but then I feel like I did an okay job here, like panning the camera down, because there's no way I had enough green screen fabric to replicate me, like, actually falling to the floor or something.
Bye-bye, monster! Don't worry, guys. The monster's no more.
That's great, Rex, thank you. But now I have to give Draw another punishment. Come on!
Now stay in this corner, Draw. You know what? Just stay out of trouble. You're grounded. You're grounded for a week. That was actually like a reference to an old Dan TDM, the Diamond Minecart video, where like Trioris makes made Minecraft to no longer blocky or something. Remember Dan TDM? Like, he was like the first ever like Minecraft YouTuber I ever watched frequently back when I was in middle school. So like this was meant to be like just a little reference to that.
For the last time, Draw,
Oh, and here's a little deleted scene.
Not doing it. Got to get this thing off my... Oh, hi there.
Like, this is literally just one episode that I was just like, this is not even an episode, just...
Actually, this isn't a real episode of the Webkinz show, so April Fools!
Yeah, the clip speaks for
Hey
itself.
everybody, Grant Scarboro, aka the Terrorbird here, and right before this episode of the Webkinz
And now we go from Ben 10 parody to Tom and Jerry parody.
Show begins, I just want to say to all of you viewers...
Let's just skip through this and get to the actual episode itself.
And no
Great! This delicious...
Yeah, I gotten some hand-me-down plastic food at the time, so I decided to use that as props in the videos itself.
Sandwich I made, as well as this tasty veggie dog. Wait, I almost forgot to get myself a drink.
Again, by this time I was finally starting to, you know, pace these videos a little better. Like, the previous episode was decently paced. You know, like, the dialogue still felt slow, but, like, you could still feel like there were some acts, there's still, like, separate acts that flowed along okay otherwise. Again, like, this episode was made, like, about a month after the previous one, so, again, it was around this time where I finally started becoming more consistent with my video uploads. At least episodes of this series, that is.
Ooh, that looks tasty.
The muffled sound effect there was because, like, you know, he's behind the window.
Got the napkins, almost forgot those as well, and...
This is also sort of like, this also has some loose inspirations from one crappy SML video from 2014 called The Rat.
Finally,
you know,
I got my...
A little pest trying to steal food and all that.
I drink. Now it's time for me to eat. Wait. All right, who ate my lunch? I bet it was Rex who ate my lunch.
Why would you assume that? My family doesn't have this couch anymore. Like this was made like just months before we got rid of it and replaced it with recliners. Time flies by, doesn't it?
Rex! Charge, what do you want? I'm trying to sleep. Why did you eat my lunch, Rex?
What are you talking about, Charge? I didn't eat your lunch at all. I'm just trying to sleep.
Oh, really then? Then I bet it was Sniffer who ate my lunch. Sniff!
Charge, calm down. It probably wasn't Sniffer either. If anybody ate your lunch...
Again, the dialogue's still a bit slow, but I am getting better at, like, not having to worry so much about my dialect by this point.
It was...
Again, I wouldn't start making scripts for these episodes until 2020. So, keep that in mind.
I don't know. Draw,
That's probably
I
why the
guess.
pacing can be a bit sporadic.
Oh, okay then, Rex. Thanks. Draw!
And I thought Charge and Draw were supposed to be friends.
Finally, I can go back to sleep.
I'm so bored. Draw, come here! Oof! Why did you eat my lunch, Draw?
My family doesn't have these chairs anymore either.
What are you talking about, Charge? I didn't eat your lunch. Are you telling the truth, Draw? Huh? Are you telling the truth?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I made myself another lunch.
That de-escalated fast.
Lunch. Wait. I think I'll go over there real quick to watch my lunch from a distance. That way I'll be able to figure out who ate my original lunch.
So basically, like, Charge actually knew Draw was lying or something.
All right. Let's see here.
Ooh, another sandwich and veggie dog. Yummy! Nom 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 nom.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, hi there. I'm Zallo. I'm a trickysum. Hee.
There's some Webkinz lore for ya.
Why were you eating my lunch?
Because I'm a trickysum. I'm taking a veggie dog.
Get back here!
Wait a minute. I can fly though.
All right, Zallo, where are you?
Look above you.
Wait, isn't that my hammer?
Yes.
All I can say is that it's a hammer.
At least the green screen effect works a little better here.
All right, this trap.
Like this mousetrap I just found, like looked around my family's basement and just found the mousetrap. Mousetrap and decided to use it. Like, you know what? I'll just use it as a prop for a video.
Should do the trick.
I was also rewatching a lot of old Tom and Jerry clips at the time, so that again, like, that's what inspired me to make this as sort of like a Tom and Jerry chase cartoon type parody.
But first, I need some bait. I have an idea.
Look, I tried to keep this fast paced, okay?
This cheese here should be perfect. All right, let's just get this in here. Come on, cheese, get in there. Get in there, cheese, get in there. Come on, cheese, get in there. Get in there, cheese, get in there. Get in there.
Yeah, if I was making this today, I would.
All right, come on, cheese. Come on, cheese.
If I wouldn't have done this in just one take. If I was making this today, I would instead, you know, do this like in several different shots of like Charge opening up the mousetrap and then putting the cheese in.
That fit.
Come
on, cheese, get in there. All right, time.
I should mention that like this series hopefully will have walked so that Combafana can not only run but soar.
To watch this Zum get what he deserves. I smell cheese. I like cheese. It's coming from this trap.
I'm now thinking of also that one cat from one of the 4 cats from like the 1946 Bob Clampett short Kitty Corner, where there's that one cat where was basically saying, "I like cheese," only gets smacked in the face by some prototype Sylvester. I don't know. There's another classic cartoon connection for you.
I believe. How do I not get trapped yet still get the cheese?
Yes, come on. Just try to get the cheese. Just try to get the cheese. You'll get trapped.
Oh, shit.
I have an idea. This should do the trick. Alright, let's just get it in there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, perfect! Now I got to get to the reward inside. Alright, let's see what's in here. Alright, let's see. Yes, cheese! I love cheese! Nom 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 nom. Delicious! What? No, 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 no. This can't be. This can't be. You have to be kidding me. This trap was supposed to work. Ugh. Now I have to set the trap back up. All right, let's see here. All right, come on. All right, let's see what's wrong with this trap. All right, let's see here. Come on. Yeah!
Yeah, like, this prop these eyes I no longer have, but I did this to, like, sort of add to to make better expressions to, like, my characters in certain shots. And I feel like I pulled off the effect pretty decently here, with these big eyes to indicate shock and all that. Another plush tuber named Exalo with his Sonic plush videos and such, like, he does this a lot more with, like, the different faces and such, like, different pieces for the faces and the eyes. Way more than this. But, like, he basically took what I did here and sort of upped it to an 11 in a good way.
My hove!
So credit to him
my
there.
hove! My hove! My hove! Yeah! All right, that does it.
I don't know why it faded to black and then cut right to the next clip rather than faded to the next, rather than, you know, faded inwards. But
drastic measure.
But yeah, like, I have seen some of Xalo's stuff, and it is pretty good, even if I'm not a big fan of Sonic plush videos. Again, like, his action scenes, though, are top-notch. So I have to also give a major, like, yeah, I'm not sure if Xalo was doing this before I did that one bit with the eyes, but still. Oh, hello, horribly grainy footage. And I should have invested in some lighting, actual, like, lighting and such with good color grading. This is an old this is a marshmallow blaster I think I still have. What I did is you'll see soon enough.
Hey you! All right, some, take this.
Oh yeah, that was a marshmallow. I was going to say something else, but I think we need to wait a few episodes before we get to that. Probably in next stream.
Wait. Was that a marshmallow? Wait a moment.
Dumbass.
Marshmallow Extreme Blaster. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it! Alright, this should do the trick. Hey, Zum! Take this! And this time I mean it. What the? Oh no! You keep this!
I don't want it, so take it back.
No, you can't.
Wait a minute, was that?
And this time I mean it.
Yeah, there's a few effects there that I just stopped using because, like, it would have been a pain to, like, keyframe it all. Because I made this before just like before Movavi was updated to add, like, you know, moving keyframes and all that.
What the? Oh no! You keep this!
I don't want it, so take it back.
No, you keep it! I gave it to you!
Take it back. I don't want it.
You keep it!
Take it back.
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 You keep it!
Fine, I will.
Give it to me!
No, give it back to me. You gave it to me.
Well, I don't want you to have it anymore. It's mine!
Basically the whole reverse psychology thing. And you see this in shorts like, you know, Tom and Jerry Classic Mouse Trouble, and to an extent the Hunting Trilogy especially so.
Give it to me!
Give it to me!
Give it to
So it's much more akin to, like, Mouse Trouble if it had dialogue, which is why I feel like this doesn't entirely work right, but the basic idea is there.
Me!
Give it to me!
Give it to me!
Yipe!
This is mine!
That was a close one. Wait a minute! I haven't even finished eating this veggie dog yet. Nom 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 nom.
And again, this was like the font, like the color of the font here is meant to be loosely referencing, the end of, like, one of the end screens for, like, one of the end credits scene screens or whatever for, like, a classic Tom and Jerry short. Even the whole Made in USA thing. And now, oh, nope. Damn it. And another ad, so let me just skip through this. And now we have just one more episode to go through. Reversed Gravity. So let's just skip through these ads real quick. Alright, let's go to right here. Alright, there we go. Let's just now open this back up. And go.
Bell, thank you.
What game should I...
Yep, around this time I still used Windows 7 in, like, 2018. I wouldn't get, like, my first, like, laptop with Windows 10 until, like, Christmas of that year.
I play on Steam today. Actually, I am rather hungry. I think I'm gonna get a snack first. Alright, let's see what there is available to eat. Milk, Coke, cauliflower, cheese.
And this was like sort of, this mannequin thing was sort of like start of a villain, like some kind of villainous cult or whatever that never really went anywhere. The idea never really entirely went anywhere in the show, except for like another episode that we'll get to later down the line.
Bread.
I might bring those like mannequin things back in Combophon as a villainous group though, I'm not sure yet.
Potatoes. Nah, there's nothing good in here. Maybe there's something good in the pantry. What the? Oof!
An actual fading effect that works because, the camera stood still.
Charge, what's with all that noise?
Fun fact, this episode came out in, I believe, May of 2018. So, yeah, I beat SML to the punch by about a year with this, gravity concept. And unlike SML's video where the gravity gets turned off just as the video ends, here, it actually, starts pretty early on with very little filler.
Charge, what are you doing on the ceiling? I don't know, Rex!
So yeah, hey, Logan, you kind of owe me royalties. Obviously joking, but still.
I was just looking around in the fridge, and once I closed the refrigerator door, I suddenly felt this blue energy surround me, and I was just thrown up onto the ceiling, and I can't get back down now. And I don't know why.
Look, Charge, I'll believe you because, well, if a pencil can somehow come to life and create an actual working Omnitrix,
there you go.
Then I guess anything's possible.
Yeah, it's almost like some character growth there when the other characters when the Webkinz realize, oh wait, Draw can actually create things, and they actually remember that.
Don't worry, Charge. I'll go get to Draw and the Sniffer to help.
I mean, it's barely
See, guys,
character
he's
growth,
up
but
there.
Still.
Charge, how did you get up there? Wait, didn't Rex already tell you what happened?
Yeah, but I'm still rather...
Again, it doesn't... Like, the voices recorded with a microphone versus those recorded on the video camera don't really mesh the best. It's going to become very apparent once, Clementine gets introduced to the show. Once she gets introduced to the show, and especially around 2020, rather, once Veronica Lux starts voicing her in the series. But we'll get to that later down the line in a few streams from now.
Skeptical about how you got onto the ceiling.
And that's not any fault, and that's not the fault of Veronica Lux at all. That was just that was all my fault because of how I made the videos. Because again, because the recorded audio did not gel well with like the audio I recorded on a video camera versus, yeah. But again, shout out to Veronica Lux, who's a wonderful voice actress who's been providing female voices for my various videos of mine for the past few years. Go check her out if you haven't already. In fact, hold on. That's weird. Hold on. Give me a moment. Something's not right. Hold on a second. Let me just... There we go. Here we go. Actually, I think I'll link her Blue Sky instead. Again, wonderful voice actress who has been voicing many of the female characters in my videos for the past few years now. So I'll just there we go. Anyways, alright, back to business.
In the first place.
Well, seriously, Sniffer, I'm telling the truth. Believe me. Alright, Rex, how are we going to get Charge down?
Hey guys, we can use the stick to get charged.
I actually still have this stick. Like, I got it from, like, when I was at, like, some sort of speech therapy group for high school, for high schoolers with autism. I was at, like, this nature preserve or something as part of, like, the, autism program, and, like, I took this from literally from the river as a souvenir. This giant bear stick. I still have it to this day. I use it, like, as, like, a door stopper and such.
Down. That could act.
If you don't believe me, hold on. You hear that? That's me holding onto the stick. I still got the stick right here. You can't see it, but I do have it with me. I am holding onto it right now. Alright, I'm gonna put it back.
Actually work. Yeah, watch. Yeah. Don't worry, Charge. We're going to get you down.
Ouch, Ross, stop! You're hitting me in the face!
Again, those hitting sound effects excuse me. Those punching sound effects are kind of still out of sync a little bit, but it's a bit better than what I've done before. Mr. Wrongpong Veronica Lux is one of my main voice actresses for my plush videos, who has voiced multiple female characters in my videos, not just plush videos, but other videos since 2020.
You're hitting me in the face! Ow! Quit it, Draw! Ow! Stop! Ow! Quit it!
Draw, stop doing that! That's not going to work! Yes, it is, Sniffer! Don't worry, Charge, we're going to get you down!
No, give me that!
Oh.
Okay, so here's what they're going to do with the stick. Okay, Charge, so you're going to grab the top of this stick, while Draw, Rex, and I will try to pull you down, okay? Alright then, Sniffer! Got it! Alright, guys.
I don't know, like, you're not supposed to question how Draw is supposed to grab onto the stick without any hands.
1, 2, 3, pull!
And again, you got this dramatic music. I just noticed now, too, that, like, there's tape right here to make sure Rex's arms stay on there as well, because, so that way I could hold on to Sniffer and so on.
that's not going to work. Yeah. Wait. Maybe there's an alien in here that's strong enough to pull charge off the ceiling. Maybe...
Again, I could have just always done every single shot of Rex selecting an alien on the Omnitrix like this and just be lazy and all that, but I did decide to do those first-person shots from time to time for dramatic effect, even if the green screen did not look very good at all.
This one. This guy might do...
This Forum's toy I've had since I was little, but I lost one of the lower arms, so I had to use some red felt and black electrical tape to make a replacement. It blends in decently enough. And again, this is one of the toys I tried to cover with paint to paint over to make it look like the ultimate alien forms, and that didn't pan out, as you can see. You can still see remnants of the paint to this day.
Hey, Charge, is this alien strong?
Of course he's strong, Rex. That's 4 arms. He was Ben's Tetraman form in the show.
Alright, Charge. I'm gonna try to use
Again, another awkward cut.
this alien to pull you down then. So on the count of 3, you're gonna grab 2 of my 4 arms, and I'm gonna try to pull you down, okay?
Alright then, Rex. I'm ready.
Great.
And again, like, I just, there's no, this green screen here, the effect here forms his arm actually isn't too bad.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, pull.
Except
Come
for
on,
slow
Rex,
motion.
you can do it.
And, like, the weird edges here.
You can do it, Rex. You can
It's
do
an
it.
improvement, at least. And look, it's not just the gravity got reversed, but also his shadows, too. See, Charge's shadows got reversed. Because it's green screen and all that, but still.
Ow. Okay, so that didn't work either.
I have an idea. Duh.
Don't worry, Charge. I have an idea that will surely get you off the ceiling. Drawing.
And now we actually have some drawing sound effects.
Drawing.
Hallelujah.
And done. Boom.
No offense, Draw, but that's really not scary.
Again, this was made in 2018. Scott Cawthon controversy happened in 2021.
Aw, so much for that.
I actually still think I have that FNAF plush.
I think we're going to need a montage.
Don't worry, Charge. I got this.
Draw, do you really think that's going to work?
Yeah, you said that the Nintendo Switch's Joy-Cons have motion controls in them. So that means if I do this...
I feel like this would have been funnier if Draw didn't explain what he was trying to do.
Grab and pull down. This should work. Maybe I should hold A while doing it. Yeah, pull down. Pull down. Pull down.
And again, similarly with the stick, you're not supposed to question why Draw is, you know, somehow able to hold those Joy-Cons.
Or maybe...
hands.
Oh,
And now it actually reminds me of that one Goomba from SMO who was like, "Hey, can somebody help me out? I don't have any arms." It kind of reminds me of that for some reason, though that's probably an ableist stereotype, so let's not discuss that any further.
no, hold both A and up. Yeah, down. Aw, this isn't working.
This is supposed to be Sniffer's idea here with the claw.
Ow. Okay, this actually really hurts. Ow.
I think that sound was from a hydraulic press, I believe.
Ow.
Hey, Sniffer, what about this?
Absolutely not, Draw. We're not using dynamite.
Aw, but why, Sniffer? It will blow up the ceiling.
Honestly, if I was making a video like this today, I would have had Sniffer just grab that dynamite away immediately.
Causing Charge to fall down.
Well, Draw, for your information, not only will the dynamite do that, but it will also blow up the house, Charge, and us with it.
Aw.
I'm not sure if it... never mind.
Okay, Sniffer, I'll erase it.
Yeah, you better.
Again, though, that still kind of happens from time to time. But again, it's become... Again, those those little dialect goofs are becoming more fewer and far between.
None of this is working. You know what? Stop the music. You know what? Screw this. I'm going outside.
Charge, no! We don't know what will happen if you go outside while you're in this sort of state of reversed gravity. Charge, wait! Oh no! Alright, let's see here. Is there anybody that can fly? Anybody that can fly? Anybody that can fly? Wait. Was that somebody you could
Well, Heat Blast can fly if you use enough firepower, no pun intended.
fly? He has wings. Maybe he can fly.
I don't even know.
Again, I hear the Omnitrix symbol is colored over with black and green Sharpie to make it look like something akin to like the Omniverse or Ultimate Alien Stinkfly.
This guy's name. At least he can fly. Don't worry, John.
Again, this flying effect looks really bad, I know, but like what I did here was I took multiple pictures in front of like a red screen basically, and then I just tried to basically tried to, you know, repeat them in rapid succession. It's like some crude stop motion almost, and yeah, it doesn't really work.
Charge! I'm on my way!
You can do it, Rex. I hope.
That is, if Stinkfly's strong enough to carry a fully grown rhinoceros, which I doubt.
Oh! Wait, what the? Ah! Oh no!
There are the eyes from the previous episode.
Ah!
Gotcha!
Wait a minute. Also, wait.
Ah! Oh no! Ah!
Yeah, again, like this was a similar thing, though I think the effects works a little better here. Still very crude, but because of how it's spliced together.
Gotcha!
Great job, Rex. Thanks, Sniffer.
And thank you, Rex. If you didn't turn into Stinkfly and rescue me, I don't know what would have happened to me.
No problem, Charge.
Wait, but
Again, like, the way that's worded, this is why it's always a good idea to script these plush videos. Even if you think you know really know what you're doing, and you really think you know what the characters are going to say, scripting is extremely key. Especially, like, if nowadays you're using the Stash Bros method, which I recommend, which is recording all the characters' lines, and then while filming, moving the characters to the dialogue.
that leaves one question. Yes! My gravity has been reversed both indoors and outdoors! Wait, but that brings up another question. Who or what reversed my gravity in the first place?
What would you do if your gravity was reversed? Well, there's probably a good chance I'd never go outside again, because then I would basically fly off the surface of the planet and literally be pulled into the atmosphere and into outer space. It'd be terrifying. And, yeah, that's it for... It's only 10:30, but that'll be the last episode of the stream we cover, because, like I said, before, that... Again, like, I'm going by according to the schedule itself, and that will be the last episode we look at tonight, because there will be another stream this weekend, one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. most likely, where that one will cut on tomorrow night's stream. And again, this is meant to be a bonus stream because September 14th marks the 10th anniversary of the series, or at least of the first episode of the series, which you already looked at in the previous stream. So tomorrow's live stream, we're going to be looking at the next episode, episode 11, and going all the way to 24, which will mean we'll continue through the episodes I made in 2018, going all the way from 2018 up until August of 2019, right before I went to college, and that meant right before I up until the end of the first season, as you could say, Even though nowadays, like, that, like, the first wave or first season, that ends with, like, the 24th episode. So, yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow night, hopefully, where we'll look at the next episode of this series, where that one should be, let me take a look here, where that one should be, yep, Sniffer's birthday. So I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow night, where we look at that episode and continue the commentaries, the director commentaries, from there. And Combathon is still going along smoothly. As you've been keeping up with the progress updates on my social media and such, I have fully finished the first doll for Marie Edison. And now the next, and now with that handled, I'm trying to streamline the process even more. And I can't promise any specific dates when they'll all be finished, but I will keep you updated as we go along. So thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye, everybody.